today I wanted to show you how to balayage inside of a foil packet using a color board. So what I do is I pre-fold my foils so that when I'm ready to get the board, the foil's already prepped for me. Just insert the board just like this, put it right up against the scalp, and you use the tension of your own body to hold the board against the person's scalp. You'll see me taking a few blonde sections here, and then I'm going to start the color. This magenta, beautiful color. I don't want it to lay down in sheets in the back. I don't want major concentration of color, but I do want it to be ribbons of color that hang down. So I'm going to choose a vertical, and you'll see me coming up like that, just with that vertical positioning. So take that section, pull it up, and when I apply the color, I'm going to not start by the scalp. I'm going to feather it up just like we do with balayage. So there we are. Then take your brush, turn it vertical again, just like your section that you're taking, and slowly feather that product up, just like as if we were balayaging without foil. When we take this to the shampoo bowl, we don't want to bleed at all. I don't want any of this color being muddied. I want the magenta to be super vibrant, and I want the blonde to be very clean. It's hard to see under my salon lighting. It's not the best lighting in here, but it is a very pretty, clean platinum blonde, which you'll see as the end result, even though it doesn't translate well right now on screen. So I'm taking another vertical section, slide that over. And your weave can depend on what you want. I'm taking a medium weave because I do want to see the color. She's doing a major change in her life. She left it completely up to me what we were going to do tonight. She walked in and said, do something different. I'm ready for a change in my life. And she really was. And this is what we ended up doing. So start the color about 3/4 of the way up. Really concentrate on the ends. You don't want to have any pockets of missing color here. So move it around just like if you were using your hands in a regular balayage situation, and then feather those strokes up lightly. You want it to be really diffused up top. When I fold my foils here, I leave them really loose when I'm doing a color like this because I don't want any of the color to kind of push out onto the remaining hair. I like it to stay exactly where I placed it. It's another reason why I like using Kevin Murphy color. It stays just where I put it. It does not move in the packet as it processes. A lot of color moves, and when it starts chemically reacting, it budges, it swells. Kevin Murphy doesn't do that, and I love that about it. So when this lays down, you'll see at the end result, it comes down and it's just beautiful ribbons of color that glow from the interior. Instead of it looking like a solid sheet of color that lays down the back of her head and makes it look like she has a hat or a wig of blonde that lays down over on top of the pink. So we'll diffuse this again. The entire back will be these vertical panels. And if you want it to be more like baby lights, you can have a finer effect, but because she was ready for a change, I really wanted to show a concentration of color on the ends. I really wanted a medium weave so that she could really see. And I'll show you one more section before we move on, just so you can get a better view. So the end of my board is rested right up against my shoulder as I hold this, and that's how the boards work. You lean them between, you have tension between the client's scalp and your body, and a little bit of pressure holds it just in place. It allows you to really put a lot of pressure on the ends and get that color distributed very, very well. When you're doing a regular highlight too, this allows you to get up to the scalp really nicely. Here's my pattern. Again, the foils, you can see they're super loose. They're not tight at all. And there's the vertical paneling underneath. The top is all blonde. And here's the starting. It's so over-processed yellow. She was a really bright red before she came in, and she had this really terrible haircut. Tons of layers on top, not much on the bottom. And here we go. Isn't that amazing? It's an amazing magenta. And there's absolutely no magenta in that beautiful platinum blonde. The colors stay true and exactly where they are. So here's one more quick and easy way to achieve great color results in a short amount of time. Enjoy.